The race to 5G will take a look at what it means for the consumer and the politics behind it. Hello, I'm Mike Walter sitting in for Anna Naidu, and this is The Heat. At its core, it's really quite simple. 5G is the next generation of mobile internet connectivity. Networks using 5G technology are expected to offer faster communication and instantaneous downloads, help enable autonomous vehicles, enhance remote surgery, and even alter the battlefield by potentially connecting weapons with artificial intelligence. In short, the world as we know it is about to change and change rapidly. For more, we turn to CGTN's Mark New in Silicon Valley, California. Mark, break it down for us. What's the timetable and potential market for 5G?
That's right. Well, we've heard of 3G, 4G, and why it's such a big deal for 5G. Well, think about it. It could be 100 times faster than the fastest connections right now. Think about that, 100 times faster. It will kickstart the Internet of Things, sensors all connected without draining the battery power. Now, the timetable is really soon. In fact, in the U.S., many consider Verizon having done the first test last November, but they did it on a first live 5G network that was a broadband connection. So it was to a few homes in just 4 cities. Then AT&T came along several weeks later. They offered a limited rollout in about 12 U.S. cities, and they are promising in 2009 to roll out mobile 5G in a number of cities too. A more comprehensive rollout is then expected in 2020. But right up there is China, which its Made in China 2025 plan outlines a goal to become a global manufacturing leader and to make breakthroughs in 5th-generation mobile communication. There are already a number of 5G tests happening all across China, especially involving China Mobile. In fact, it was just announced that China Mobile, along with Huawei, jointly announced that they're going to start the construction of a 5G network in Hongqiao Railway Station near Shanghai, and that's the first rail system in the world to build upon a 5G system. Now, China Mobile already claims that its tests alone represent the world's largest 5G trial network. The China Academy of Information and Communications Technology estimates that 5G will create more than 8 million jobs in China by 2030. Now, the intelligence firm Markets and Markets released a study that estimates the 5G services market, and that includes everything from smart cities to connected cars. That 5G services market will grow from about $54 billion in 2020 to more than $123 billion by 2025. Mike.
Wow, so the future's pretty much here. Mark, the United States is, of course, raising concerns about the Chinese company Huawei, which is a leader in 5G technology, as you just pointed out, even going so far as to warn its allies against using Huawei technology. What can you tell us about that?
It's been widely reported that the White House is considering an executive order that would ban U.S. wireless carriers from using Huawei equipment over concerns with spying. Australia and New Zealand have already banned providers from using Huawei equipment. The U.S. National Security Agency has been pressuring allies by underscoring the security risks, but several European countries, including the UK and Germany, are not convinced yet that a ban is warranted. According to a report from the Financial Times, the UK National Cybersecurity Center has determined that there are ways to limit the risk from using Huawei equipment in 5G ultra-fast networks. The British conclusion could carry great weight because it shares U.S. intelligence as part of the membership of the Five Eyes intelligence network. That could also give justification for many countries to say, well, if the British have already done their due diligence, it's okay for us and prudent for us to use 5G Huawei equipment. Meanwhile, the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs is accusing the U.S. of trying to thwart competition.
So far, on the safety issue, neither the United States nor any of its allies have brought up any solid evidence that can prove Huawei poses a threat to their national security. One should not look for and fabricate all kinds of excuses to suppress the legitimate right of development of other countries for its own interests. Such act is very hypocritical, immoral, and unfair.
With respect to competition, now many experts warn that by shutting out Huawei, you're actually risking the development of your own 5G networks in your countries. Now, Huawei claims to be about a year ahead of the competition, and many experts agree on that.
Thanks, Mark. That's CGTN's Mark New reporting from the Silicon Valley.